I guess we don't know who Key Deadman is now, huh? All right. Damn, Key. They done forgot about you. Okay. hmm Yeah, they done forgot about Key. So did my damn joint up here. Yeah. Key Deadman, never heard of her. I don't know who she is. Uh, okay. We don't know who Key Deadman is. Wonder who helped me start the wrench game. Okay. Yeah. Hilarious. Some conversations I don't even entertain. To be honest, I would think you would want a woman like Keith that man on the team. All right. It's just my opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? It's just my opinion. Don't quote me. But I do notice that people want to learn about the black sector. Hmm? Hmm? You find yourself meeting people from the black sector. Okay? And as you run into these unknowns, these so called strangers, funny how they all know the so called allegedly irrelevant victimone. Ain't that something? They all know the king of trolls. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I'm confused. What did Rob Rack do that all of a sudden people got to go after Rob Rack? And I did notice that Rob Rack um, hit that link, and as soon as he hit that link, he said, "I know what's going on here," and got the fuck on. Because Rob Rack might be a lot of things, but he ain't no damn deer in the headlights. Okay? He ain't no deer in the headlights. Okay? All right? See, I tried to take the beef sector and properly introduce them to people in the black sector, but they didn't want to know black sector history. You're not going to get it 2 years later. Now that the beef sector ain't got nothing to talk about, y'all want to go into the black sector. Nah, nah. Yeah, we going to shut them doors. We going to shut them doors, you know. Make Rob Racket goddamn content. When I go into the black sector, I ain't taking. Well, listen, if I did take somebody with me, it's gonna be somebody I could trust. It's gonna be somebody that I know they ain't gonna stab me in my motherfucking back. Okay? Looks like to me, motherfuckers looking for green pastures. We gotta bring black sector storylines. Oh man, I thought that was a beef sector violation. I didn't think, y'all niggas entertained shit that you knew nothing about, right? Now that there's nothing else to talk about, you want to enter my sector. Oh, we don't need disrespectful people coming into the sector. We have our own disrespectful people. Okay, we can in the black sector we can build our own back and forth instantly. Okay, yeah, in the black sector we don't schedule lives, we don't pre-plan shows, we don't do any of those things. Okay, what we do in the black sector usually is seen in all sectors, but that ain't the other way around. It's just this way. Okay. Okay. But who is Key Deadman? Hmm, that's a good question, right? Who is Key Deadman? Well, you're asking me. I would say that she's one of the elite members of the army of VicDamoane. Uh, that's what I would say. You know, okay. Me and Key Deadman literally paved. We literally laid concrete on some of the streets of the black sector. We put buildings in the black sector of YouTube. You know, okay. Oh, you said, how do you get through? How do you get through to him? Well, you should have did it when he was a child. That would have probably been better. That would have probably been better. If I could make sure that my daughter wasn't gay. What happened with you? What, you want to talk to him about, being gay when he's 22? Yeah, you waited too long. Okay. Yeah. You know, I know it's like a 3 second delay from what I say to, come on, Gino, get down, stop. I know it's a 3 second delay, all right, from what I say to what you type, and you need like a couple seconds in between, right? Okay. Yeah. Shit happens. Remember how you said he's dead? Again, goes back to what I said. You waited too long, you know? Okay. Now, like I was saying about Key Deadman, she didn't took care of people. She didn't took care of animals. She didn't pay bills on this motherfucker. Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Moscow. We try to keep it real over here. You know, the fake is so fake. We prefer the real over the fake. All right. You said, where am I from? America. You can't tell? All right. This freedom of speech comes from the Constitution. Do I smoke Cali weed? No. I smoke Michigan weed. hmm Yeah, I smoke Michigan weed. You know, I stopped drinking years ago. All right. Oh, you from the UK? Funny. So is Key Deadman. Being from the UK, even if you're not rich, you have an advantage. You have to look on the bright side. Okay, if you can find you a good job, decent job in the UK, all right, you have to understand that is the height of life. I'm sorry. All right, everything else is going to be a step down. And I'm just preparing you. Okay, just letting you know. Okay, they say the grass is greener on the other side until you get there. Realize, goddamn, same green grass. Okay. Okay. No, no, no. I was drinking. No, no, no. I was drinking. When them motherfuckers was doing that shit, I had the fucking beer like in the camp. Go, bro. Go watch the video. No, I didn't stop drinking then. If anything, I was doubling down in June. Yeah, no, that was around my birthday. I was getting fucked up. Okay, I was getting fucked up. Okay. Yeah, I've been put that bottle down. I've been put that bottle down. Okay, I've been put that bottle down. Yeah, see, you can't focus on the crime rate. All right. Let me ask you a question. All right. How much is the European dollar compared to the American dollar? Regardless of your crime rate, you take a European dollar to America, it turns into like $1.50, right? Turns into like $2, right? Think about that for a minute. So who's above you? Who's above England? Who's above England? Where can another country come and take their dollar, come to England, and that dollar be $1.50? Hmm? Okay. Now, what I feel is that as far as our crime rate goes, culturally, y'all have picked up the style and the culture of the 90s of America, which I don't even know how that happened. All right. Y'all wearing triple fat goose, fucking winter coats, baggy clothes. Everybody want to dress like they Wu Tang members. You know what I'm saying? That's some fucking shit that we did in the 20th century. And when I look at the culture of the UK, especially the rap culture, like you said, the crime, the way they dress, the way they act, it's very 90s American 90ish. You know what I'm saying? It's like America in the 90s. Okay, so the only way y'all are gonna resolve that problem is you have to do what America did. Okay, especially do what Michigan did when the citizens, all right, of the UK are allowed to purchase firearms, are allowed to open fire on criminals that cross their property line. Um, Once that happens, your crime rate will go down. I promise you. Once it's laws are put into place that protect the citizens. If criminals are running rampant, right, then you need to change the laws. Okay. See, here in America, all right, look, here in America, if somebody uh, was to break in my house while I'm live on this app, right? I could shoot them live on camera in front of all of y'all. I mean, literally gun them down. I mean, the recoil, the sound is going to be so it's going to be deafening in here because I'm inside the house. It will be deafening. Okay, your phone might fuck up. All right, when I let them boys go. Okay, yeah. Hell, if you in my driveway is a part of my property. The backyard part of my property. My property line go all the way to the sidewalk. So as soon as you violate that, yeah, I could bury you. Mm-hmm. I could bury you. So it's 4 a.m. here in Michigan, right? You don't hear nobody outside, do you? You know, I got two pit bulls. You don't hear them barking like somebody's out there. They're alerting like they hear something. Dogs got better hearers than humans, right? So I got two of these motherfuckers in here. One's what, 2 years old, going on three. Other one's 10 years old. Get you some gun laws in the UK. You could change the law. All right. If weed is legal in America, y'all niggas need to catch up. Y'all sit there and protest over a goddamn property tax, all right, but won't protest over the crime rate. That's some weird shit. Y'all motherfuckers will riot because they raised a bill for $10 motherfucking, but at the same time won't come together to shut down the crime in the neighborhood. Yeah, man, you need to take that up with the next community meeting. Maybe you could be the pioneer. Maybe you could start a trend. All right. See, I guess I'm too American for the UK. All right, because if I see somebody committing crime against me, my American instincts gonna kick in. You know. All right, my American instincts kick in. You said you can't just change the law. Well, yeah, you can. Fight for it. All right, protest. Y'all protest for everything else. Okay, you just can't change the law. You sure you can? Okay. I mean, you sound silly. You just sound like you're afraid. That's all. Just sound scared. And as long as you scared, your whole country gonna be scared. Because if you scared, then everybody in your country is scared. Because if you feel that way, I guarantee you it's 50,000 motherfuckers that feel the same way. Oh, you can't change the law. But you just said they smoking weed in the UK, and weed wasn't always legal. And somewhere they changed the law. You see? Living in fear. All right? Living in passive mode. I'm living in passive mode. That's why them goddamn people from the Middle East was able to invade the fucking UK because everybody's scary. Them fucking foreigners came in there, started raping, robbing, killing. Y'all motherfuckers going to the constable. What? Oh no. All right. Should have been beating asses out there. Should have took on the goddamn uh, uh, instincts of your ancestors. Because I guarantee you the UK wouldn't have tolerated that shit 100 years ago. They would have hung all them motherfucking Arabs in the middle, right on the Queen's motherfucking mansion and shit. They'd have hung them motherfuckers up there. Okay? Y'all done got a little too passive. Better start whooping ass. That's all. Start whooping ass. Okay? No, 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 no. Okay? Check it out. You got some niggas right now in your neighborhood that you don't like, right? Why don't you just get one of them and beat the shit out that motherfucker? Hmm? Now, I bet you he won't have a paragraph answer for that. Crime in your neighborhood. You see one criminal that you know for a fact is fucking up your neighborhood. How come you ain't beat the shit out that motherfucker yet? Why is he still walking around functioning? Why does why is he allowed to maneuver in your neighborhood in your goddamn face? All right? And you ain't tried to break his legs. No answer. No answer. Hmm? We all go on mute then. We all go on mute. Let's see. All right. So you want us to do lynching. Facts. 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 Ain't that how they do it in Dubai? Ain't that how they do it in them other countries? You see? You're in passive mode. When it's time to handle business, one minute you didn't even realize it. But look how your two statements. You would rather the person be allowed to commit the crime and complain about it versus ending it permanently. The same fear that they put in the community, you put in the criminals. You see? Now you say it's no answer, but that is the answer. It's called elimination. Okay? How you think England became a world power? By conversation? How you think Europe, all right, became a world power? By just sitting there talking? Hell, the diamonds that they have from Europe come from Africa. How did they get those diamonds from Africa again? You think they went over there and negotiated so your country could function, so you could have a life? Hmm? Yeah. Passive mode, brother. I think it's in your water. You need to go get a Brita filter and pour all your water through the filter. Don't drink no more tap water. Okay? They whooping y'all asses and y'all don't want to fight back. I say, hey, why you don't want to fight back? My hand might get hurt. If I hit him, my hand might get hurt. So you rather a guy just punch you, punch you, punch you, punch you, and you don't do nothing about it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You know what you need? Y'all need some Tyson Fury in your life. That's what you need. You need some Tyson Fury's father in your life. If y'all had some Tyson Fury's father in your life, okay, you wouldn't tolerate that shit. It wouldn't be a discussion of crime. Okay, you'd be grabbing the criminals one by one, beating the shit out of them, starting with the leader. Starting with the leader. Okay, check this out. You in the UK, right? I'm in Detroit, Michigan. The history of Detroit, Michigan is well known in the United States of America. All right. At one point, this was one of the highest crime rates in the state. Every crime you could think of was on the board. Drugs, prostitution. Hell, Detroit was a goddamn GTA video game. Okay? I've been in this city 25 years. And I literally watched gentrification happen in real time. And it kind of fucked with me a little bit to see that shit happening in real time, to watch it, manifest in stages. How you could take the city of Detroit, a city that was predominantly black in 2000, a city that had hundreds of homeless people sleeping downtown Detroit. You had uh, drug dens, right? Like houses that were drug houses, and these motherfuckers, it was like a drug house every 5 houses, right? Winos at the liquor store, a group of guys shooting dice in the parking lot, and if they're not shooting dice on the parking lot, they shooting dice on the porch of an abandoned house. Prostitutes, not just on one block, but maybe for a whole mile. Prostitutes from one end of the mile all the way down to the other end. And I'm talking about 24 hours a day. Outside, they outside from 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. Monday to Monday. Okay? In one night, all the homeless people disappeared in the city of Detroit. Just like that. All the homeless people. Wasn't no shelters. Wasn't no homes put up for these people. They just disappeared. The houses in Detroit were going for anywhere between $500 and $5,000 American. And to hear those prices, you say, "Oh my God, $1,000, $5,000 for a house? That house got to be fucked up." No, people were living in these houses. People were living in these houses, and nobody, and I mean nobody, was paying property taxes on their homes. The property taxes in Michigan were backlogged on some of these properties 50 years. I'm talking about people allowed to possess a home tax free for 50 fucking years. Just think about that for a minute. All of you homeowners, I want you to think about that for a minute. To get a house and just get it and never pay any taxes on it. And the trash man comes and still picks up your garbage. The bus driver still comes and you're wondering what the fuck, how is this happening? How is this happening? What's going on here? Okay? Y'all, some of y'all know about Kwame Kilpatrick. He walked out of the city with $11 million, right? The mayor put in the spotlight for robbing the city of Detroit. Now, once the homeless people disappeared, all these little new structures started popping up in the city of Detroit. There was an area where all the homeless people would be, and people would be terrified to go there because there were a lot of people that had mental conditions, everything from schizophrenia, PTSD, you name it. All right, they had serious medical conditions. They were homeless because they had, medical conditions, you know? So downtown became a dangerous place just because of the psychos that were down there. All right, we're talking about people that should have been housed in mental institutions, but because ain't nobody paying no city taxes, what mental institution, right? So I remember when I would go from the east side to the west side, you always had to go to Capitol Park, right? Um, and just imagine a city block, okay? Just imagine a city block that's empty, right? An empty city block, no houses, no nothing, just a slab of grass, right? And on this slab of grass, there are 100 to 200 homeless people. No encampments, no tents. There were no tents out there. Just 100 to 150 homeless people sleeping on a city block. And at this corner of the block is a bus stop. Okay? Here's the bus stop. Here, right here, is 150 homeless people. Right here. No tents. They're just here. And this is the only way you getting home. Across the street, it used to be a pizzeria. Used to sell pizza slices for $1. Okay? So a lot of shit would happen right there. People would get robbed. Fights would break out. All right, everything from the bus drivers fighting to the commuters fighting to the homeless people fighting. So 200 people, poof, just vanish. No news story, no nothing. They just vanish. I go back there, same spot, Capitol Park. It's nothing but white people there. And they got little park benches. And they have dog poop bags. So when people walk their dogs there, they can take the poop and go away. They put flowers there. Decorated the whole area. Of course, the bus stop's not there anymore. That pizzeria's gone too. So this was the first time I paid attention, right? Because I'm like, hold the fuck up. East side, west side, downtown. If you go Detroit West, right? You cross over Telegraph, you in motherfucking Redford. That ain't Detroit no more. If you go Detroit East, you're gonna end up in Grosse Pointe, and that's the motherfucking that's the richest of the rich. Right? If we go north, we gonna cross 8 Mile. We outside of Detroit again. Where the fuck did all these homeless people go? What the fuck just happened? Poof, they gone. They disappeared. Okay. This is weird. This is weird. Then, right, I'm over here on the west side. I moved in this house 2014. In 2015, I bought it. I was so happy, that I purchased this house. For me and my wife, and we would have a place to live. I was telling other people about, they really should invest in Detroit because something's happening. I don't know, but something's happening. These houses are going dirt cheap. I don't even know. This is not being promoted. The auction that my wife and I participated in was not a publicized auction. It was open to the public, but it was also, like I said, it wasn't advertised, which was strange to me. There was no mention of this auction anywhere, not on Local 4, no news story, nothing. Okay, so we get in this auction, right? And to get in this auction, all right, it was like buying supercars. Uh, 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 it was like buying supercars, for the price of a fucking toy car. Okay, but we're talking about houses now, and I'm blown the fuck away that I'm in this auction, right? That nobody knows about. But I got a big mouth, so I'm telling everybody about this fucking auction. It's just, black people. We hold ourselves up. So the houses, right? The houses were for sale due to back taxes. So these owners that hadn't paid taxes in 50 years still had their name on the deed to these properties. And all of these properties became property of the city of Detroit. We're talking about 25,000 houses. 25,000. A billionaire pulled up to Detroit. A white man. He was a billionaire. This motherfucker started buying blocks like Monopoly. He started going out sweeping. There's a white man, right? And basically in his house, right? A&E did a story on him. There's a white man sitting in his house. In his house, he had an island, right? An island in his kitchen. At this island, he had about 7 to 8 black women with laptops. Okay? 3 on this side of the island, 3 on this side of the island, and then a couple more sitting right here, right? And all of these black women got laptops in front of them. Okay? They got like laptops. And they got headsets on. What they're doing is they're in communication with niggas here in the city, and these motherfuckers were driving around the city calling the women on the laptops saying, okay, that house is good, that house is bad, that house is great because somebody's living in there. And they drove around the whole fucking city doing this, spotting properties for the billionaire. Okay? This motherfucker bought everything from homes to empty lots. He bought it all. You understand? If the block, if he could get a whole street, he would get a whole street. A whole street. Fuck it. I'm just getting my one little house. You know, I'm watching this motherfucker in the auction going like this. Shoo, shoo, shoo. I'm like, God damn, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? He coming in this motherfucker just, let me get that. Okay? By this time, Michael Jackson was dead. So I'm kind of like, so after he bought all of these properties, guess what he did? He then decided to resell these properties, not under his name, but he named the company the Detroit Land Bank. He named the company the Detroit Land Bank because you know how the bank has money? Well, he bought so much land, right? He turned it into a bank. So the lot that he bought for $50, he gonna sell it to you for $100. And because of him, he caused the property value to go up in the city. So his investment, all right, like quadrupled, you know, and he never has to even come here. He never has to even, you know, come here at all. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Some people, I guess Miss Mo in the chat, they don't realize, you know, some content creators ain't focused on the chat room. Matter of fact, like if you do create content, you know, I could turn the chat room off and not see anybody, and yeah, you know, freestyle the whole goddamn thing. You know, I'm that powerful. That is a fact. I'm that powerful. Chat rooms didn't exist on YouTube. You guys are newbies. I've been sitting on this porch. You know the dig? I've been sitting on this porch. All right, y'all are newbies. Y'all are newbies. It ain't me. Okay, it ain't me. Let me ask you a question. Y'all know A to Z? A to Z? Is that his name? A to Zoy? He's a big content creator. The guy that was covering Johnny Sumali went to his trial. Y'all ever heard of him? Big content creator, right? Big YouTuber. You ever see him talking back to a fucking chat room? You ever write a comment on his page and he write back? All right, go. I challenge you. I challenge you to go watch I Show Speed when he go live with 50,000 people. You really think he's in there reading that fucking chat room? You really think he's reading 1,000 fucking comments? Watch him. Pay attention. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. You think he's really reading what the fuck you say? Maybe for about a hot second. Maybe for about a hot second. Then he's just going about his fucking day. He's doing whatever the fuck he was doing. That nigga walking through Italy, he might ask the chat room a question, but he's not having a fucking conversation with you. Dummy. Dummy. Yeah. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Hmm? Hell, Rampage Jackson, he'll say something to you, right, after you send him some money. He don't talk to the niggas that just type for free. You typing for free. Stop it, man. Look at where you are. Look at where you are. If you don't know anything about the title of the video, if you don't know about the players in the game, okay, you, all right, can be an individual that's just up, bored, and scrolling for the YouTube shorts, looking for something to watch, right? Because cable sucks. But even though cable sucks, right? You notice how cable, they know how to get their money from you up front. They don't care about whether you liking the content or not. Okay? Hmm. I think we're at what, 5 a.m. right now? 5, 6 a.m. early in the morning. Yeah, man. That's because I went to sleep like way too early. I think I went to sleep like around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, somewhere around there, man. Okay. And I was like, fuck, because now I'm going to be up early, early, early. All right, I'll probably try my best, all right, to take me another little small cat nap. You know, I got the remedy, all right, take that little cat nap, have me nice and refreshed, all right, wake these mongrels up as they do their morning routine. Oh, yeah, this new strand of weed, man. What is this that I got? Oh, yeah. This is ice cream cake. Man, shit. You can't tell me nothing. All right? Mm-hmm. Mm. Buds kind of feel like cotton. You know, it's like breaking down cotton. Okay. Some solid shit. Okay, some solid shit. Hold up. Mm-hmm. All right, what up, though? L dot in the motherfucking building. All right, now these whack ass niggas want to know about L dot in the black sector. You know, next thing you know, they gonna be talking about RGR and all this other shit, nigga. Lame ass niggas, bro. What Key do? Key ain't do a motherfucking thing. All right, niggas. All right, in other sectors, L dot talk about who is Key Deadman. You know, I just laugh. You know, I just laugh because motherfuckers will say, "Well, I know Vic, I know L.A., but I don't know who Key Deadman is." I'll be like, "Ooh, that's kind of strange, don't you think, L. Dot? That's a little weird, ain't it?" They know me, they know you. Mm, I don't know who Key Deadman is, huh? I mean, it got bad. It got bad on these YouTube streets. It got bad on these YouTube streets, L. Dot. In other sectors, you know, I'm watching these lames. I mean, these niggas attacking Rob Rack. Like, I'm like, why attack out of all people? We attacking Rob Rack. Even Rob didn't even fall for that shit. All right, so I'm like, God damn. Rob Rack is literally over there, bro, minding his motherfucking business, bro. Swear to God, Rob Rack is over there minding his motherfucking business, bro. Rob Rack ain't doing shit, bro. He minding his motherfucking business. He go live, he talk his shit, talk to them women. He ain't did a motherfucking thing to nobody, bro. I see Janet on Lemon's panel. All right, they calling for Rob Rack. I was like, oh hell no. It's getting a little thin over there. It's getting a little thin over there. Okay, you might as well, L. Dot. These niggas can't take nothing. They can't take no roast. They damn sure can't handle no real troll. All right, they'll talk all that shit, but then when shit get to popping off, they ready to start asking questions. Who? What? Why? Where? I don't know what. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did. All right, slapping these niggas to amnesia and shit, bro. Hey man, look, you know, okay, real motherfucking talk. Roll up. Okay. See, I ain't got no problem with roasting L. Dot. I just ain't roasting nobody in the motherfucking black sector. You feel what I'm saying? I roast somebody. I just ain't roasting nobody in the motherfucking black sector. I cook any motherfucking look. I just ain't trying to drop this weed. Let me focus. Okay. You feel me? I ain't got to roast nobody in the black sector. Shit, we already done as far as I'm concerned, we didn't did all of that there is to be done, nigga. You feel me? Right. You understand? But everybody else can still get it. I'm with you on that, nigga. That's what I'm on. Okay? That's what I'm on too. Okay? Any one of these other motherfuckers can get it. Okay? Shit. See, that's the ability that Ness got. I watch Ness cook a random. And that's what showed me that she had it, nigga, when she went in on Beasley, nigga, I sent that shit to Cliff. I said, okay, this is what the fuck I'm talking about right here, goddamn it. Jump off the motherfucker. The newbies just come out of nowhere. Just come out of nowhere. Okay? Ness ain't even motherfucking 28, 29 years old. Just come off the port. Wham! Right off the motherfucking port. I said, oh, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay? I don't know if you know, nigga, Tracy punched Rob Rack in the face, nigga, live on it. I mean, rocked his shit, nigga. So the only motherfuckers I got putting hands on people is you, L Dot, and Tracy, nigga. Tracy punched the shit out of Rob Rack, nigga. You know she's short, nigga. I met Tracy in real life. Tracy's short. Rob Rack like 6'3". She done came. Bah! I said, God. All right. She hit that nigga like Velvet hit Nature Boy, nigga. Paya! I said, yeah. Okay. Pay attention to that one. Okay. No talking. No motherfucking back and forth, back and forth. I don't know. I forgot what he said, nigga. He said something to Tracy. Nigga, Tracy. Shah, nigga. From the hip, nigga. Okay. Every man was scared of Tracy after that. Every nigga. They like, oh, we good. She punched that niggas in the face. Okay. Oh yeah. And look, I seen nigga you up on Scoops because nigga Scoops had me in the corner for 7 days, nigga. I gotta figure out how to do that, L dot. Like my dumb. They got my ass up out of there, man. I was covering that one motherfucking fight with that old lady beating the shit out of that old man inside his house. All right, that old lady beat the shit out of that old nigga, man. I had put it on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, I'm gonna try to take these motherfuckers and put them in a package and cover the shit, right? Man, all right. They had me in the corner, nigga. As soon as I like ended that live stream and posted that video, nigga, that bitch wasn't up. Goddamn, 30 minutes, nigga. I said okay, but they let me like show the whole video. They let me like they didn't fuck with me until I tried to post it because they had some damn good fight videos on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, real talk. They had some good shit on that bitch, bro. Might have to start doing some of them goddamn live shows on Facebook. Okay. Cause I know Big O ain't finna allow that shit. All right. Big O ain't finna allow that shit at all. I don't know if Rumble will allow it either. Shit. And I don't know what this Sora program is. Everybody using that Sora shit. Everybody using that shit, bro. Okay. Okay. Everybody. When I seen Martin Luther King with the WWE title, nigga, I said, you know what, man? Here we go, bro. This is it right here. Okay. Tupac and Biggie fighting in the ring, bro. I was like, man, damn. Here we go, bro. Okay. Yeah. We still good over here, man. So hell yeah. See, a lot of these niggas, they not gonna survive because they don't know how to create content. And what I mean by that is some of these niggas on here thrive um, off of beef, and it's not even their beef; it's other people's beef. Okay, if you a content creator, put down. You a content creator, Gino, stop now, stop, sit down, sit, Gino, sit. All right. If you're a content creator and the only thing you can talk about is what happened on somebody else's shit, all right, it's gonna be a problem. Sit, Gino. Stop. Okay? Because look at some of your favorite content creators. Yeah. They falling to the wayside. Okay? They falling to the wayside. Ugh. All right? Ooh, let me put my jacket on right here. Temperature changes. But see, I got all my content on deck. I just been keeping my shit a secret. God damn it. Look. You know, your boy VicDamoane can get explosive at any given moment. Come on, Gino. Come on, come on. Come on, boy. You gotta use it. You gotta use it. Oh, boy, come on. Well, we're going back to the house. That's all you gotta do is pee. He's like, shit, let me just pee and go. All right, we're going back to the house. All right. He said, what am I doing up so early? Oh, I'm always up at night, right? And I don't really sleep through the night. You know, it's been a long time since I slept like that. So when I get up, right, I get these boys up, get them together. All right. So, I got two big old pits, right? So, they got to use it, right? We got to let them out here right quick, right? As you know, dogs use the bathroom. Come on, so Blake. All right, they use the bathroom about 2, 3 times a day. If you got a puppy, you're gonna use the bathroom about 5 or 6 times a day till they get like to adulthood. But you get them on a system, you know, and you lock them in on that system, you know. Come on. All right. Snowflake wake up. Yeah, he got to do everything. All right, literally. He come out, he got to do everything. So now we back in the crib. hmm Come on. Keep it moving. Come on, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right. Yeah. Get them together. This lovely Thursday. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me go to the bathroom right quick. Be right back. Okay. Yeah. We always up early though. We got to be up early. Okay. Like I said, to take care of business. Okay. Sit down, Gino. He went to the bathroom. Look, he's still in my face. All right. He's spoiled, but he is so spoiled. Okay. All right. And I asked the owner, previous owner, I said, how old is he? He said he's 2. I was like, oh, shit. Okay. He's 2. Mm. Okay. Mm. Gina, with your little tail just running around. Snowflake didn't lay back down. All right. Gina, you need to go back to bed. You know that? Mm-hmm. You need to go back to bed. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, that's what you need to do. But everybody told me I somehow got him back to health. Okay. But he's still a he's still a baby. Okay, he's still a baby. You know? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, you are still a baby. 'Cause you act like it too. Mm-hmm. All he want me to do is scratch his back. Okay. His big spoiled, but he's already got spoiled. Okay. See, once I scratch his back, then all the tongue loving and head turning, and he loves that. Mm-hmm. Mm. Behind the ears too. He's a, you know, yes. And see, as soon as I stop, yeah, he's like, hey man, why you stop? Come on, keep going, keep going. Mm. Mm. Yes. But Gino's not really a cuddle dog. Snowflake is a cuddle dog. Gino's not really a cuddle dog. You know, he doesn't know how to cuddle. All right, this is his way of cuddling. You know, as soon as you move your hand, he just start biting the hell out you. Okay, this is his cuddle time. All right, he cuddles you the same way he would cuddle another dog. Okay, like that's his way of that's his way of showing love. Okay, he nibbles on you the same way he nibbles on another dog. See, and you know, it might sound crazy, but yeah, in the pit bull, he's half pit, half bulldog, so he really got mental problems. You know what I'm saying? But in that bully world, right? You know, this is him saying, "I love you, I 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 love you." You know, over and over again. All right? Yes. Um, yes. I love you too. Hmm. Now, mm, you spoiled brat. Okay. Yeah, he's a big nibbler. Okay. As you can see, decent sized nigga. He ain't as big as Snowflake though. You know what I'm saying? But his jawline, he do got lockjaw. I've seen him do it. I've seen him. uh, like grab his toy and lock down, and when he locked down on it, you could lift him clean in the air. He ain't letting go. All right, he ain't letting go. What you big spoiled brat? All right, you big old spoiled brat. I treat you too nice. Yes, you got a good life now. Yes, I got the good life. And then when he goes into this spin, he does this like spin for some strange reason. Mm? Mm. Let me scratch it. Let me scratch your back. Mm. He's already spoiled. I'm already spoiled. He got a little wide head though. You know, his head is. I think the camera gives him a lot of credit. You know what I'm saying? The camera gives him a lot of credit. He got a little strong neck. Yeah. Okay, his neck is real thick. Put your foot down. hmm Here he is. He's back again. hmm But usually they say pit bulls don't stop growing, or dogs in general. They don't stop growing all the way until they're like 3 years old. Same thing applies with these. You know. Sit down. But being that he is 2 and not 3, you know, he's still gonna have that puppy phase in him. You know, he's still gonna want to play. And you gotta remember, they're strong. You know, they're strong animals. Okay. Now, you know, you wanna remember that when it's playtime, right? You don't want him treating you like another dog. Depending on your situation. Like, if you got babies, right? You don't want him doing what I'm doing with him right now, which is just letting him, you know, do whatever. Bite, snap, turn his head, you know, put pressure on me. You know what I'm saying? All right. Because he's not breaking my skin, but he's still putting pressure. So you don't want him doing this with no little kid, with no baby or nothing like that. But then you want him to be protective at the same time, right? Okay. So if you want him to be a guard dog, right? What are you doing? We just went out there. Hmm? Now sit down now. You be doing, hey, don't be trying to tear up stuff in there. Come on there. Go in there. Go. Come on, go. Go. In the bed. All right. Lay down. Come on. Yeah. Get your blankie. Come on. In the bed. All right. And you all hyper what down. All right. Get you some sleep. All right. So that works two ways. That works two ways. Um, if you want him to be a guard dog, right? If you want him to be a guard dog, then you can't play with him. You want him to be a guard dog. You can show him affection, but you can't play with him. You know, can't sleep in the bed with him. I don't care how cute that puppy is. You can't have that motherfucker, you know, sitting in your lap. It was things that my grandmother told me that I didn't understand until I was fucking 35, 40 years old. Okay? Even my uncles, my father's brother, he would tell me, they would tell me little things. And I'd be like, well, why can't we, like my grandmother had a German Rottweiler. Okay? She had a fucking big ass German Rock. It was a female. And here I am, uh, uh, fucking 7, 8 years old, somewhere around there. Maybe a little older. Maybe a little older, right? But I'm still a kid. My grandmother bring home a puppy German Rottweiler. Like that shit right there just blew me away because I thought I had knew this woman. I thought I knew this woman, and lo and behold, she blows me away. Okay, when she comes home with this German Rottweiler puppy. It was the late '80s, early '90s. We didn't even have the internet back then. You know, I come home from school. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. I come home from school, right? My great grandmother's in the living room. She like, Ronnie, your grandmother got a dog. Don't go over there and mess with it. I'm like, yeah, right. Like when I heard it, I Grandma Rachel got what? No, she don't. Y'all trying to trick me or something? Ain't no damn dog. It ain't trying to trick me. Okay. All right. I know my grandmother ain't got no dog on the second floor of her house. The devil is a lie. All right. She got a what up there? Well, yeah, right. You know, the dog from the Omen? Yeah, right. So anybody that live in Jersey, know Jersey houses is big. So boom, there was a staircase in the front of the house and a staircase at the back of the house. Both of these staircases went from the first floor to the second floor. So I cut through the kitchen. I go up the back staircase. When I get up the back staircase, lo and behold, there is the fucking German Rottweiler puppy. Okay, I am still mind fucked. Oh shit! I come back downstairs. All right, yeah, I definitely was older because my oldest niece was just born. So I come back downstairs. I'm like, oh snap! Grandma got a motherfucking puppy upstairs, nigga. So I got my old dog right here down on the first floor. Got the new dog up here. And I got my little niece. I couldn't be happier as a kid. I had like, all this shit going on. So my grandmother come down and she's like, Ronnie, don't you be messing with my dog. I do not want you. Do not be bringing my dog down here. Do not be doing this. Do not be, And we didn't have ring light cameras and shit back then. My grandmother giving me this list of do nots to not do with her dog. All right, and I, of course, I'm not saying anything back to my, I'm just looking my grandmother in the eye, just nodding my head, like, yes, yes, yeah, agreeing to these terms and conditions, knowing I wasn't about to listen, like everything she's saying to me, right, in the back of my mind, I'm looking at her going, you got to go to work, right? Like, why are we even having this conversation? Okay, you going to work. Okay, you going to work. Uncle Butch ain't coming for this dog. Uncle John ain't coming for this dog. Nanny's not coming for this dog. My mother's not coming for this dog. Who else you got? Like, who else? Why you telling me all this do nots? I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to you. You My grandma, it's the first time ever my grandmother's telling me to do stuff, and it's just going in one ear and out the other. Okay? The word do not mess with the dog, yeah. completely, completely off the table. Okay? Don't have my dog down there with the old dog. What you think I did? They was both on the back porch playing together. Got me fucked up. What? My grandmother had built a deck. Okay, my grandmother had built a deck, big ass deck. I had both of them goddamn dogs on there, man, running free like the Beastmaster and shit. Okay, and Moon was a girl. She was, and my grandmother named her that because, um, um, I think when she got about maybe 6 or 7 months old, by the time she was 6 or 7 months old, um, she was bigger than the kitchen table, right? And and in the I don't know, 7, 8, 10, 13 years I had been alive at that time, nobody dared wake my grandmother up out her sleep except that damn dog. Okay, my grandmother worked the night shift. I guess that's why I could work it so well. You know, um, my mother did too. She would switch, but I'll never forget it. My grandmother was, everybody laying down in the house. It was a 3-story house. Everybody laying down in the house. My grandmother got Moon in the kitchen and shit. And it had to be about 1 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning. And all of a sudden we hear this noise that we ain't never heard before coming from my grandmother's kitchen. Loud. I mean that shit echoed. That shit echoed, and when my grandmother's dog howled, every dog on the block howled, and man, okay, I could hear the thunder in my grandmother's steps as she was coming out of her bedroom, ready to shoot that motherfucking dog. All right, and it was at that moment, all right. Moon knew that she had fucked up, and from that point, my grandmother had them construction people come out there and build a whole goddamn pen for Moon, 6 foot fence and a dog house. All right, and she would only bring that nigga in. She only bring her in if it was raining or the weather was real bad. That was the only time Moon came back in the house after that. You wasn't playing that shit no more. She was not. My grandmother did not play that shit. Soon as you violated, you was out of there. There wasn't no coming back. That went for human and animal. Okay, like okay, all right. You had one time to violate, and your ass was out of there. Okay, you was like up, up. All right, okay, Man, them early morning. Now, what else is happening? Oh, I know. Nothing. All right. People reaching for the stars. Like I was telling y'all earlier, man. I got all my little news stories. I got all my little stuff. It's just about basically how I'm going to cover it, right? Um, and we're in the beginning stages of that, as y'all can see, right? Um, we going to, I don't know, do some redesigning, right? We're going to do some redesigning. We're going to do some redefining. You feel what I'm saying? Okay? And we're going to continue to bang out of control. You dig? We're going to continue to bang out of control. Okay? All right? But like I told y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know, Key Deadman. Man, good times. All right? Good times. All right? Good times. But look, y'all, we're going to wrap this one up. You know, I don't want to be too long with it. You know, still early. I'm going to probably stretch out, take me a little nappy nap, and then bounce back. You know, bounce back, come back live. All right. Got some ideas. All right, we're going to test all this shit out. All right, see what's cracking. It's your boy VicDamoane. See y'all on the next one. Deuces.